you go.
Oh, you're recording now?
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
That's some good looking.
1 second. I'm going to say something and we'll go back to talking. What? Huh?
Yes. You're still going.
I'm still going.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
So, let me channel my energy here. I'm going to show you guys how to do a motherfucker. Alright, we're going to keep going. Don't touch it, just stay right here. Cameraman, you stay where you're at.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys how to do a series from butterfly guard involving, we'll have a wrist lock throw in there, also some arm drag action, and I call it a reverse kimura. It's also been called, I've also been calling it a reverse arm drag position. Creepy fuck. Alright. I'm going to show you guys how to do I call it a reverse kimura. So we're in this butterfly guard position, okay? And sometimes you get into these situations where, especially if the guy's got some killer grips, you grip here, and sometimes it can be hard to break them off, so we've got to double up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up on the wrist here and kick the leg and pull. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on dominating this one side of his body and this arm here. We're going to start by punching the wrist, okay? Grabbing it here, and I'm going to sit forward, putting my forehead right here to the side of the body. The reason this is significant is if he can get his head to the side of the body, it doesn't do anything, right? But by putting my head here, he can't center up on me, and this allows me to control an angle. This arm's going to go behind the back of his tricep, and then I'm going to grip the front of my hand. You'll see this in just a second. So gripping the wrist, and at that point, just like a kimura, we're going to switch to a thumbless grip, and a thumbless grip here. Now the idea is that first we're holding it tight, so if he tries to pull away, he can't. And we can set up a few things. First thing, I'm going to kick the leg out, and I'm going to push the wrist forward and scoot my hips out. And what this is doing is just like a kimura, we're kind of putting pressure on the shoulder. But a lot of times you can't finish it, but it allows us to get this angle. From here, we can sit up and come up to take it back. Now, one of the things that guys do when they take the back, they flip this leg. And I mean, there's some things you can do with it, but I don't necessarily like to do this because if I lock this leg, when I come up, if he bumps into me, right, boom, I'm attached to his hip. So instead, I like to say somewhat loose. I'm going to be tight on the shoulders, but loose on the hip. So this way, if he was to try to bump into me, I can adjust. And the back take that we're going to do is simply just grab the wrist here, or the sleeve. This hand's cupping the upper thigh and the stomach. Sit back, straighten your arm out. Back. So go this way. So again, we're inside of our butterfly guard. Again, basic principles about a butterfly guard. You're not going to mess me up, Eugene. I can talk all day, no problem. Basic principles about the butterfly guard. Our butt is behind our head. Our head is up, not down. This is important because if he tries to push me down, right here, I'm sturdy. If my butt is in line or my butt's in front of my head, boom, it's easy to push me down and break me down. So we're up here. Again, we're going to dominate one side, so we're going to pull that grip off and then get your head into the chest and into the side of his neck to control this angle here. This hand is going to switch to a thumbless grip. Go over top, grab your own wrist. From here, to set up this reverse kimura position, we're going to put our leg on the outside that we're going to, just so that I can scoot my hips a little bit further out. And now I don't have to, because a lot of times if I do it now, this leg gets stuck. And now if I try to take the back, if he just kind of stays tight on me, it's hard to get out. So instead, get that leg out early so that once you're here, you can use this leg to kick up and get to the position. Now, like we were saying before, we're going to keep our chest very tight so that he can't square up with me, but loose on the hips so that once I get up here, he's not able to bump me over. I'm going to grab the wrist or the sleeve. This hand can grab the inner thigh, you can grab the side of the body, whatever you want, or even use like a spiral ride grip here on the inner thigh. Press off of this foot, and we're going to scoot away, pull, and now we've got the back here with our choking arm on top, ready to go. One last thing to play around with sometimes is once you get here sometimes, the guy's tight, and it's hard to kind of like make a space. So what I'm going to do is this hand that's over top, I'm just going to take it, I'm going to push the palm down, and then I'm going to grip my own top of my hand. And the idea is I'm going to catch his elbow right here in the back, or in the front of my bicep. And get the wrist lock. So again, you get here, boom, break, dominate that side, here, Get staying tight, and we're going, and so we can't get the turn there, he's staying too tight. So I'm gonna slide the hand that's grabbing the wrist, and we're just gonna slide down to the top of his knuckles here, and I'm gonna grip my own top of my knuckles. So now I can pull the elbow in, and then get this gooseneck here. Now some guys, when you'll actually get there, and they'll bend all the way, so sometimes it doesn't work. And the last thing, guys, just to kind of keep in mind, is that at any point, even if the guy's super tight, we can always switch off to a regular arm drag from that position. So that's the reverse kimura grip. If you play butterfly guard, if you like that kind of arm drag game right there, it's a cool move to use. And a lot of guys don't play around with it that much. And again, it also gives us the control because we're here. It's very hard to deal with this. So like I said, if you get a guy who's here with great grips, strong grips here, we can double up on that side and get in tight and just work our way up this arm and get a sweep or a submission. Adam?
It's really just a scheme to get you on lock when no one can hear you scream. Most deaths said it best, it's a better built cell block where they put you to death if you don't sell hot records. But see, we changing that too. Big business hip-hop, we aiming at you. If they putting out garbage, don't buy it. Remember, one stone took down the giant. Have faith like David and Goliath. Avoid the bias and keep your mind pious. Get a grip, get it straight, or else you let it slip and you never elevate right now. There's no time to waste. Put your best foot forward and try to keep pace. Push on.